Okay, chapter 11 of our MIS book is about managing knowledge and collaboration. I like the introduction of this chapter in your book, chapter 11. You can check your book, page 417. I read it for you. It's a very nice introduction, and it's very comprehensive. I just read it for you guys as the introduction for knowledge management. Knowledge management and collaboration system are among the fastest growing areas of corporate and government software investment. The past decade has shown an explosive growth in research on knowledge and knowledge management in the economics, management, and information system field. Knowledge management and collaboration are closely related. Knowledge that cannot be communicated and shared with others is nearly useless. Knowledge becomes useful and actionable when shared throughout the firm. Very interesting. So, we should find knowledge in our firms and then try to share it. In this chapter, we will focusing on knowledge management system, always mindful of the fact that communicating and sharing knowledge are becoming increasingly important. We live in an information economy in which the major source of wealth and prosperity is the production and distribution of information and knowledge. About 55% of the U.S. labor force consists of knowledge and information workers, and 60% of the gross domestic product of the United States comes from the knowledge and information sector, such as finance and publishing. Knowledge management has become an important theme at many large business firms as managers realize that much of their firm's value depends on the firm's ability to create and manage knowledge. Studies have found that a substantial part of firms' stock market value is related to its intangible assets, of which knowledge is one important component, along with brand, reputation, and unique business processes. So, as a result, well-executed knowledge-based projects have been known to produce extraordinary returns on investment. So, as we can find in this introduction, knowledge management in the business economy these days is very important. The value of the firm these days depends on their intangible asset, in their knowledge workers, in their employees and people. Do you think the very expensive stock share of IBM, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, HP, Dell, DHL, the famous companies all around the world, do you think this this stock market value depends on their tangible assets, their land, their buildings, their facilities? No, it depends on their intangible asset, which is the knowledge within their organization and the way they manage this knowledge and make it make the knowledge useful. If they can find the knowledge, capture the knowledge in their organization and try to arrange it and use it in a proper way, they bring the value to their company, and it result in return their investment. And you can find it, Google is a search engine company, but its market share is very high. It's among Apple, always Google and Apple competing for first and second. Why? Is it because of their equipment, their facilities? No, it depends on their knowledge. The most value of Apple, it depends on its founder, Steve Jobs. So knowledge management these days is very important. And if companies can manage their knowledge properly, they will be able to compete their competitors in the business economy these days. So in this chapter, we're going to talk about knowledge management from the different perspectives. It's very general. We cannot go very deep and detailed because we have not enough time, and also I don't want to make it so complicated for you. But in general, we talk about knowledge management tonight. So previously, in if I'm not mistaken, in chapter 4, I think in database, we talked about data and information. You remember? We talked in database chapter. We talked about data. What is data? What is information? Sorry. Now another step further is knowledge. Collecting, we can start from here. Collecting the data, organize them, summarize the organized information, and then analyze this information. And when we analyze this kind of information, we make it ready to capture the knowledge, synthesizing, and finally we use this knowledge for decision making. So data, information, knowledge. Guys, you all have my voice. I think some of your friends have no voice. Yeah, I think the guys, I think Miss Lida and Obeidullah, if you can send them some comments to check their microphone again, their speaker and microphone. So, important dimension of knowledge. Knowledge, as I said, is a firm asset, is an intangible asset. Creation of knowledge from data information require organizational resources, as it is shared experiences network effects. Knowledge has different forms. We have so many different forms of knowledge in our organization. Maybe explicit, documented, or tacit knowledge residing in minds. Tacit knowledge, it's the knowledge in our minds, in my mind, in your minds, in your employee's mind. It's tacit knowledge. In knowledge management, we learn how to change this tacit knowledge to explicit knowledge, to document it. First, we need to document the knowledge which is in your mind, which is in the mind of your employee. So first, we need to document it. We call it explicit knowledge. Now, how craft, skill, these are the other kind of knowledge. We don't want to talk about it so much. Just you need to know that tacit, the difference between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. How to follow the procedure, knowing why things happen. The other dimension of knowledge is knowledge has a location. It's a cognitive event. It can be both social and individual. It's sticky, hard to move, situated. and contextual. Knowledge is situational. We divide it to two parts, conditional and contextual. Conditional means knowing when to apply procedure, and contextual knowing circumstances to use certain tools. So we need to know different things about the knowledge within our organization, about the procedure, about the how to apply the procedure and where to apply this procedure. So, as I said, to transform information into knowledge, firm must expand additional resources to discover patterns, rules, and contexts where knowledge works. So, in knowledge management, we always looking for the patterns. For example, we want to check our financial condition of our company, so we need to check our history and current business activities to find the patterns. The next step, further knowledge, we call it wisdom. Wisdom is collective and individual experience of applying knowledge to solve the problem. So first we find the knowledge, then we apply this knowledge for solving our problem, for decision making. That we call it wisdom. As you can see here, involves where, when, and how to apply knowledge. Knowing how to do things effectively and efficiently in ways other organizations cannot duplicate is primary source of profit and competitive advantage that cannot be purchased easily by competitors. For example, having a unique built-to-order production system. You remember the Dell company and its built-to-order system? So they have a special knowledge and manage this knowledge effectively and efficiently to compete their competitors. So they learn, their manager learn how to use this knowledge and how to apply it. The other thing is organizational learning process in which organizations learn, gain experience through collecting of data, measurement, trial and error, and feedback, adjust behavior to reflect experience, create new business processes, change pattern of managing decision making. So these can be a result of the finding knowledge and using the knowledge in our organization. So now we know what is knowledge, but what is knowledge management? Knowledge management is a set of business processes developed in an organization to create, store, transfer, and apply knowledge. So, set of business processes for creating, storing, transferring, and applying knowledge in our organization. So we need, for knowledge management, we need to have a knowledge management value chain. Let me show the graph of value chain first. Here, you can see the knowledge management value chain. We have different parts. The two major parts is management and organizational activity, and the other part is knowledge management systems. So two major parts in our KM value chain. So we go back to the previous slide, slide number 7, I think, and talk about this one, this item one by one. So in our knowledge management value chain, you saw the chains. In each stage adds value to raw data and information as they are transformed into usable knowledge. These steps are knowledge acquisition, knowledge storage, knowledge dissemination, and knowledge application. These are stand for, here you can see create, store, transfer, and apply. Acquisition, storage, dissemination, and application. Knowledge management, knowledge acquisition, documenting tacit and explicit knowledge. You remember we talked about tacit and explicit knowledge. Storing document, report, presentation, best practices on a structured document. It's very important. In knowledge management, we're always talking about structuring the data, structuring the documents. When we are able in our organization to structure unstructured documents like email, we actually pass the knowledge acquisition step. Developing online expert network, creating knowledge, tracking data from internal and external sources. In the next phase, in knowledge storage, for example, we use database or we use ontology. Ontology is a step further. Database is very, emerging technology. So, after acquiring the knowledge, now we need to store the knowledge, like in database, document management systems. And role of management here is support development of planned knowledge storage system, encourage development of corporate-wide schema for indexing documents, reward employees for taking time to update and store documents properly. The other next step is after acquiring and storing is disseminating, transferring the knowledge, like using portals, using push email report, using search engine, collaborating tools. And what is the deluge of information? It's a training programs, informal network, and share management experience help manager focus attention on important information. And the last phase is knowledge application. To provide return on investment, organizational knowledge must become systematic part of management decision making and become situated in decision support system. New business practices, new product and services, and new markets are some examples. So finally, after acquiring knowledge, store it and disseminate it, we use this knowledge in the application to provide return on investment. You can see here. To provide return on investment, we need to organize the knowledge and make it systematic in our organization for the final goal of our organization, which is decision making. It should be in the hand of management and help them for making their strategic decision making. And you can see here again the knowledge management value chain. You see here, acquire, store, disseminate, and apply. These are part of in our knowledge management value chain. It's the knowledge management system, and the other part is management and organizational activity, like knowledge culture, personal network, organizational routines and culture, training, new IT-based business processes, new product and services, new markets. These are all different things which involved in our value chain, and we look at them from the management and organizational perspective. All this chain together, we call it KM value chain. And finally, we have some feedback that finally we can use it for data and information which help the manager for their decision making. So So we talk about systematic and knowledge management systems. So we have three major type of knowledge management system. First, enterprise-wide knowledge management system, knowledge work systems, and intelligent techniques. In the following slide, we talk about some of these systems. The enterprise-wide knowledge management system is a general-purpose firm-wide effort to collect, store, distribute, and apply digital content and knowledge. KWS, or Knowledge Work System, is a specialized system built for engineers, scientists, other knowledge workers charged with discovering and creating new knowledge. And intelligent techniques is diverse group of techniques such as data mining used for various goals. You learned about data mining in week 4, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Discovering knowledge, distilling knowledge, discovering optimal solution. Here again you can see these major type of knowledge management system: enterprise-wide knowledge management system, knowledge work system, and intelligent techniques. In enterprise-wide management system, you can see here a structured knowledge system, semi-structured knowledge system, and knowledge work system. Some example of knowledge work system can be computer-aided design, 3D visualization, virtual reality, investment workstation. And in intelligent technique, we can talk about data mining, neural network, expert system, case-based reasoning, fuzzy logic, generic algorithm, intelligent agent. In following slide, we talk about some of these systems. But here, our purpose is to just introduce these things to you. Better to say, just define it for you. And if you're interested in this area of business and business activity, you need to spend more time, do some research. In organization these days we have three major type of knowledge: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. Unstructured is tacit knowledge. You remember we talked about tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge is in the mind of your employee, so it's unstructured. You need to have some and collect some semi-structured document like email, like videos, and finally you can have the structured document like a report, like a presentation, like a formal rules. It's very interesting here. 80% of an organization business content is semi-structured or unstructured. That's why knowledge management is very important these days, because the organization and the firms need to have a structured document to be able to rely on that document for decision making. So knowledge management and knowledge management system, we divided into three different parts, help the organization to make their documents and their information structured. There are different kind of system and emerging technologies. For example, semantic web, which is a Web3, we already talked about it. It's trying to structure the information in the web. Everything supposed to be structured, classified. Knowledge management, it's very helpful in this area. The other thing is enterprise-wide content management system. You remember we talked about three different systems. The first one was enterprise-wide content management system. It's help to capture, store, retrieve, distribute, preserve. Preserve what? Documents, report, semi-structured knowledge. It's work on external sources, new fields, research, tools for communication and collaboration. So these kind of systems work in this area. They are capable of capturing the semi-structured knowledge. You can see here as an example of enterprise content management system. Users are here, and here is the unified repository. Report, presentation, memos, digital slides, graphic, video, news feeds. So users, by using this content management system, can create or capture, tag, store, retrieve, manage, distribute, publish. So an enterprise content management system has capability for classifying, organizing, and managing structured and semi-structured knowledge and make it valuable throughout the enterprise. Content management system is like retrieve means disseminate. You know, you store something, and then when you use the stored information, we call it retrieve or disseminate. Content management system these days is like a system, or maybe it can be like a website that user connect to this system, and in the backend system there is different form of structured and semi-structured information that this content management system connect users and the backend system. The key problem of an enterprise-wide content management system is developing taxonomy. Knowledge objects must be tagged with categories for retrieval. What is taxonomy? Taxonomy is like, in knowledge management and in semantic web, there is some application to develop taxonomy. There is some software for developing taxonomy. Taxonomy is, for example, let's say we want to categorize and structure all the information about the natural disaster. And let's say in natural disaster, first we choose a fire. Okay, in fire, with all the things you can think about it, about the fire, about the color, about the heat, about the damage, everything. You try to categorize all. Maybe we have different kind of fire. Each one have its characteristic and attributes. So you classify everything about the fire, then about the flood, then about the earthquake, and all these things. So in taxonomy, you try to collect and classify and organize all these information. And with digital asset management system, it's a specialized content management system for classifying, storing, managing unstructured digital data, like what? Like photograph, like graphic, video, audio. These are unstructured information. So these kind of systems, digital asset management system, help to structure these kind of information. So we just talking repeatedly about the structuring, categorizing, classifying, organizing. When we talk about knowledge management, you should remember these words. Knowledge management is all about classifying everything, which is the final purpose of Web3 or semantic web. It's first they develop taxonomy, classified everything in a software, and then using this taxonomy in other application for doing other things and activities. And the other categories, you remember that three categories? The other category was knowledge work systems. Knowledge work system is system for knowledge workers to help create new knowledge and ensure that knowledge is properly integrated into business. Who is knowledge workers? Knowledge workers are researchers, designers, architects, scientists, engineers who create knowledge and information for the organization. What is their rule? Their rule is keeping organization current in knowledge, serving as internal consultant regarding their areas of expertise, acting as change agent, evaluating, initiating, and promoting change projects. So, knowledge work system is in the hand of, knowledge workers. We define the knowledge workers here to create the knowledge throughout the organization. And the other things, you remember the third category was intelligent techniques. Intelligent technique used to capture individual and collective knowledge and to extend knowledge base. For example, to capture tacit knowledge. You remember we talked about tacit knowledge. Expert system or case-based reasoning or fuzzy logic can be used to capture tacit knowledge. Knowledge discovery, neural network and data mining for knowledge discovery. You are familiar with data mining. Generating solution to complex problems. GA or genetic algorithms using for generating solution, especially for complex problems. Automating tasks, intelligent agents. Intelligent agents using for automating tasks. So these are 4 different areas of intelligent techniques. Intelligent techniques divided to 4 major parts. The first part is capturing tacit knowledge. The second part is discovering knowledge. The third phase or part is solution generating, and the final part is automating, task automating. And we have different intelligent techniques that nicely divided here in this slide. Expert system, case-based reasoning, and fuzzy logic for capture tacit knowledge, neural network and data mining for knowledge discovery, generic algorithms for generic solution to complex program, and intelligent agent for automating tasks. So, and what is artificial intelligence? Generic algorithm is some kind of algorithm that any of these ones is very complicated. If we want to open all of these, we need at least 5 to 6 sessions for lecture in knowledge management. We just introducing to you here. You go, if you're interested, you go and do some research about it. You remember, I think for your individual assignment, one of the area is knowledge management. If you're interested, you can choose any of these area in knowledge management, do some research about it, and again, if you have any question or you need some discussion or definition or clarification, you can be in touch with me through email or Facebook. And artificial intelligence or AI technology, and please again accept my apology. I have flu and I have maybe unwantedly coughing. I'm so sorry. So artificial intelligence or AI technology is computer-based system that emulate human behavior. So artificial intelligence, it's all about, copying, better say copying the human behavior. We use some sort of system. We use some system, some intelligent system, artificially to copy and to emulate, to implement the human behavior on that system. Related intelligent technique and artificial intelligence, all these things related together. And for an example, among these all systems, you can see the system here: expert system, case-based, fuzzy logic, GA. I'm going to talk about expert system a little bit more about in comparison with the other one. Expert system using for capture tacit knowledge in very specific and limited domain of human expertise. Capture knowledge of skilled employee as set of rules in software system that can be used by others in organization. Typically perform limited tasks that may take a few minutes or hours, like diagnosing malfunctioning machine or determining whether to grant credit for loan or not. So expert system is a kind of system. You remember in previous slide we said expert system using for what? For capture tacit knowledge. So expert system using for capturing the tacit knowledge from the knowledge workers, from the human or employee within our organization that are that we consider them as a knowledge worker. You see here skilled employee, and a set of software rules, and then by the other employees which are not very skilled or very specialized, they can use this system to perform the business activities. And there's two examples here for you. And how expert system works. Expert system, the first phase is knowledge base and inference engine. So in knowledge base, set of hundreds of or thousands of rules. So they set all the different rules based on the business activity and based on the our organization from the different point of view. And then in inference engine, there is some strategy to search the knowledge base. These strategies working in two types: forward chaining or backward chaining. Forward chaining is inference engine begin with information entered by user and search knowledge base to arrive at conclusion. But in backward chaining, begin with hypothesis and ask user question until hypothesis is confirmed or disproved. So in forward chaining, we search the entered information. But in backward chaining, we use the hypothesis. For example, we want to, let's say, check, for example, we want to know whether the MBA by course is more effective in the future life of the students, or MBA by course, or by MBA by research. So MBA by course, MBA by research. We define some hypotheses. First, say I try to define the hypothesis for you. For example, we consider the hypothesis as so MBA by course is more effective and efficient than MBA by research. Then, by bringing so many different example, question, and doing research try to prove this hypothesis or disprove it. We need to find it whether really find it whether MBA by course is better than MBA by research or not. Some people say MBA by course is the student, are have knowledge about different things in different areas, but all their knowledge is general, not very deep. But MBA by research is specialized in one area, but deeply specialized. So you can find it, what is hypothesis and how to confirm and disapprove it. So these are about how expert systems work. We have knowledge base, which is consists of hundreds of thousands of rules, and then inference engine, which using some strategy to search the knowledge base, forward chaining or backward chaining. Forward chaining search the knowledge base based on the entered information, and backward chaining use hypothesis. And here example of successful expert system. You see, if you wanna do some research about any of the system we already just mentioned, for example, I choose expert system for you. You can find different things. What is expert system? How expert system work? Successful example. The other system also same. If you want to do some research, you can find some definition about them, some the processes and activities, and some example. So successful expert system is example is Countrywide Funding Corporation in Pasadena, California uses expert system to improve decision about granting loans. Very good. Conway Transportation built expert system to automate and optimize planning of overnight shipment routes for nationwide freight tracking business. Very good, excellent. Two examples. You can go googling these two examples. Most expert systems deal with problem of classification, have relatively few alternative outcomes, and possible outcomes are known in advance. Many expert systems require large, lengthy, and expensive development and maintenance effort, or maybe they need to hire or train more experts, maybe less expensive. There is some here. There is some disadvantages and limitation and difficulties or challenges of using expert system. It's costly. It's very expensive. Some company or organization prefer to, instead of using expert system, hire or training more experts, which is less expensive for them. But that one is short time. But for a long time, when you build and develop a system, you can use it for a long time. In a long time, it will be very useful. Conway Transportation is the name of a transportation company. And so here two examples of expert system and some challenges of and difficulties of using expert system these days. So these are all about knowledge management, and you found it that these days companies pay attention to knowledge management and how to manage the knowledge and how to structure and organize and classify all the information throughout their firm and their organization, which finally help them and is very useful for them to have a effective and efficient decision-making system. So it's a tools in the hands of managers, especially senior level manager, for making decision, especially strategic decision. Thank you for your attention to today's lecture, which was about knowledge management. And if there is any idea or thoughts or about knowledge management, if you want to add something to what I said, I can pass you the mic. You're most welcome, no problem. And the other things, guys, for next week, you remember you supposed to present, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, you are 5 or 6 group, if I'm not mistaken. So at least 2 or 3 groups need to present next week. But the very important thing is to be fair for all of you guys. All the groups should send their slide by Wednesday. Our class is in Thursday. All the group members should email me their slide by Wednesday, to be fair for all of you, because some of you present next week, but some other group present in 2 weeks. So for all the groups, to be fair and to have the same time, you need to send me your slides by next Wednesday. 1 to maybe 3 groups present next week, the remaining group the coming week after that. Yeah, between 20 to 30 minutes. If it's become more than 30, I have to stop you, because you need to manage it between 20 to 30 minutes. Slides, at the beginning of the term I said 30 slide, around 30 slide, but I'm not very, stick to these things. It depends on you, but if you want to have, based on the case I gave you, if you want to have something, comprehensive, and if you want to do a good job, I think at least there need to be a 20, maybe 20 something or 2 until maybe reach to 30 slides. So, but it depends on you. For me, the way you present it and the information you add to your slides, and how good you organize and arrange your presentation is more important. Okay, guys, so by next Wednesday, yeah, I told you it's not very, important, but you can present 30 slides in 30 minutes. 1 minute for each slide is too much. But you can have maybe 20 something. It depends on you. Because you just need to present it. You don't want to teach it. You don't want to emphasize or repeat or something. You just want to. I want you to present the slides, and based on the slide you prepare, I can find it how hard you work on your project. Your second group work is the e-commerce business plan. I want you to, define a business. Pardon me. A business which using a website, for example, to sell their service and or product or services. It should be a business to sell something, to sell a product or to sell a service, but it should be online. And you need to consider the e-commerce issues. Yeah, all the group should send me the slide by next Wednesday. Please pay attention. All the group by next Wednesday. I want it to be fair for all of you, because some of you may have more time, so you can prepare the better, presentation or project. I want all of you to have the same time. So that's why I want you to, all the groups send me by Wednesday. If you send it after Wednesday, I cannot accept it. Please. Please pay attention to these things. Yeah, you have the outline file, and I think you are already in term 1 maybe. You learn about the business plan or if you're not teached yet about the business plan, you can go googling and find what is business plan, how to need to arrange it. So you need an e-commerce business plan. Imagine you have a business plan. Now you should add some issue about the e-commerce to your business plan. For example, add a name. You can choose a name for your company. You can choose a website name, for example, how this website work. You can talk about these things. Business model. Your business model is online, is an e-commerce business, revenue model, cost model, competition, payment method, exit strategy. Very important when you develop a business. Exit strategy is very important. Yeah, you need to try your best, and I will consider your effort. Yeah, of course. The second one, the e-commerce business plan also is the group work. We made your group for two project. One case study, and the second one is e-commerce business plan. And the other things, please pay attention to this one. Also, the other things for me is your attendance during the presentation class. It's during these 8 weeks, I was not very talk about the attention. You should be present in the class, because it's a virtual class, it's an online class, and the class will record. You can later on go and use the record file. But for the presentation, it's very important for me to all of you be present in the class, because your friends do some works. They try hard to prepare something, to prepare some slide, to prepare their presentation, and they present it for you yourself, for you guys. So to respect their effort, to respect your friends, you should be present in the class. During the presentation class, I check the attendance. It's very important for me. Please pay attention to this. Yeah, the next 2 weeks is about case study. The next Wednesday you should send the slides, and when we finish the case study, the last next 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks is about e-commerce. You need to present your e-commerce business plan. It's okay, no problem. No, you don't need to send both. You just, for this week, you just need to send the case study. When we finish the case study, the other Wednesday before the first week of e-commerce business plan presentation, you need to send the business plan. For this coming week, you only need to send the case studies. Yeah, for next week, only case study. When we finish the case study, then I ask you to send me the business plan. And during the week, the group leader can email me and talk about your progress. And if you have any problem or if you need any help, you can email me before Wednesday. I try to arrange it and to check my email regularly during these days. Maybe you have some difficulty or some problem, you can email me, or you can use Facebook. Okay, I hope everything be clear. Thank you very much. The guys who are in the group that the group mates is not very active and working, please email me and let me know. Okay, Ms. Lida, I will consider it. The other thing we can do is the leader. When you send me the email and the slides, please let me know the members, how they work, how many percent they participated. Are they very concerned about the project or not? The leader can let me know about the other group members. That's why we choose a leader for each group to monitor the group activities. Okay, guys? You want me to send you the class slide or the last term presentation? Okay, I try to, if I find some case study that the previous term students already done, which is not your case studies, I will email you. And about the class slide, okay, of course, I will email you. Sorry, my computer broke down, got some problem. Just yesterday it's ready, and just now I reached to my hard disk and my files. I will email you, and I cannot promise you for tonight because after the class I should go to airport. I'm going back to Malaysia, and maybe by Saturday or Sunday I will email you all the files. No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention and for concerning about my health and my trip. Thank you very much. Okay, I wish you a good weekend and also good presentation for the next week. I'm expecting you to have a, very comprehensive and good case analysis for the next week. And I'm looking forward to have your slides by Wednesday. Thank you very much for your attention to today's class. And again, I'm so sorry for bad voice and coughing during lecture. I'm so sorry. Okay, if there is no more question, thank you again for your attention to the class. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a good night.